Here again with another Lucifer Season 3 episode review video. Before I get into that though, pretty important, if you're not caught up to the point where I am and rewatching or watching Lucifer, or you're just not entirely sure, then you definitely need to take the initiative and pay attention to the episode's title, which of course I'll mention, as well as put in the description. If that happens to be the case, you found out you're not caught up, it would be my recommendation that you don't watch this video any further to avoid any potential spoilers. And for those of you that are wondering, this is my first time watching Lucifer, so join me and the man, the myth, the legend, the Breaking Bad fan, the Dexter fan, and the Lucifer fanatic, Crazy Coffee Man, in the comment section so we can discuss this awesome, amazing show and awesome episode. With that in mind, this will be Lucifer Season 3, Episode 23. The title of this episode is called Quintessential Deckerstar. And this will be my review, reaction, recap after just finishing watching the episode. We start with Charlotte Richards waking up next to Dan, and she's glad he told her how he felt. It's breakfast time, her kids are there, and then there's a person shooting at people. Wait, Charlotte Richards was actually having a nightmare, but it was somebody that she previously represented. Her kids were actually shot in the nightmare. We have another session with Dr. Linda Martin, and Linda asks Lucifer if he's going to tell Chloe now. Right, yes, right, no need. Just because she didn't choose Pierce doesn't mean she didn't choose you. Another nugget. Thank you, Doctor. Back to normal, Linda says. So Lucifer kind of ignores her. He's going to go do what he wants. Dead body time, and Lucifer is playing the piano at the crime scene. Chloe just wants to get back to work. Lucifer says, "Onwards, detective." Ella apologizes for the events at the bachelorette party. Lucifer juggles some priceless historical artifacts, which were some baseballs by this former Cy Young pitcher that I've never heard of, but it's a character in Lucifer, so that's fine. Now Lucifer is smoking pot. Amenadiel and Charlotte Richards celebrate breaking up Pierce and Chloe. Amenadiel isn't sure if he died right now, if he'd go to heaven. Charlotte tells Lucifer that Forrest is the killer. It's Doug Savant of Melrose Place and Desperate Housewives, two shows that I like. They're a little strange for a guy like me to like, but Melrose Place used to be my favorite show in the 90s. I fucking loved Melrose Place. Maybe I just had a really boring life, but that was like one of the few TV shows that I watched. Desperate Housewives, I've seen almost 3 seasons of it, but I like the show. I just haven't gotten back to it. I own all the episodes. I own all the seasons. Maybe someday. But anyway, he says there was so much blood, he couldn't stop the bleeding. Years ago, Charlotte Richards had to incinerate a bag, and there was blood on the bag. He knows she covered up a murderer. Charlotte is pretty sure Forrest killed someone 13 years ago. Chloe says she'll look into Forrest, the former Cy Young Award-winning pitcher. Amenadiel says maybe celestial beings aren't as different as humans to Lucifer. What if Dad wants us to judge ourselves? Forrest's cut doesn't match being hit with a gun. Ella says he's lying. Forrest says that he wasn't even there the night of his wife's murder. He was with someone else. He was having an affair. It's said that Devon, Forrest's wife, had been having an affair for years, and this person that says this, that Forrest was having an affair with, is Emma Bell. I didn't catch her character's name, but she used to be in The Walking Dead, Season 1. She played Amy. She was really young at the time, like 12 or 15, something like that. But May sneaks up on Pierce, but Pierce knows and points a gun at her. Pierce says Lucifer is the only person that can get Maze back to hell. Pierce wants to kill Amenadiel now. Pierce questions if Maze is the merciless badass she used to be. Nothing has changed. Maze is in. Amenadiel meets with Melrose Place alum the reboot at the firm. So there's another person that was in Melrose Place, the reboot that came out in 2009. This person didn't play a big role in the episode, but Doug Savant, this person, I can't remember the guy's name, but it's like his initials are CE. So Charlotte says when she left the firm that there are consequences to what's done here. All of you are going to hell. Charlotte says at least she's trying to fix things. That was all done so Amenadiel could have gotten into the computer system and got some information from there. Dan got a package. It's a waffle maker. Daniel is back to being his normal douchey ways. I love it when he says douche and douchey. Lots of non-disclosure agreements for Forrest on the computer records of the firm. Maze is crying. She has no one. She doesn't know how that happened. Amenadiel says it's never too late to fix things, and he tells her he'll always be there for her, as Mace was about to get Amenadiel with M99 or ketamine or whatever she was using. Lucifer goes over to Chloe's. He's got Monopoly. Trixie's up for it, but it's a school night, Chloe says. And then Trixie changes her mind and would rather finish her book report. Lucifer again is trying to remind Chloe how great they are together. Chloe says it hurts. Detective Chloe has a theory that Forrest was the intended target all along. Ella knows Chloe is onto something. A lot of caffeine is what she's on. Lucifer, the reason she said yes to Pierce and also the reason she said no. Wow. Again, so Chloe tells Ella Lopez Lucifer is the reason she said yes to Pierce but also said no to Pierce. Wow. Again, tell me what I can do for you right now. Focus on work is what Chloe wants to do. That's what Chloe does best. Charlotte Richards enters and shows the list she has to Ella and Chloe. Maze tells Pierce that she's decided he's wrong. Roughs up Pierce a bit. I don't even know how to wrote. How's that for soft when Pierce said that she wasn't the merciless badass that she used to be. Pierce is getting beat up. Kill me, but Linda will die as well. And then Pierce gets Maze with the M99 or ketamine or whatever she had with her. So he's done something to Linda Martin that we don't know yet. I guess I'm getting ahead of myself here, but so if she would have killed him, Linda would die too, and we'll have to find out what that is in the next episode. But this one isn't over yet. Charlotte goes to see Forrest Clay. She talks about knowing everything about him. He asks how much does she want, and Forrest says he's getting a checkbook. But instead he goes over to the lady that he was having an affair with, played by Emma Bell, I believe that's her name, and he's going to kill her. But actually it was a setup, as Chloe and Lucifer are there as well, and Forrest Clay is arrested. Good performance by Doug Savant, despite not really being featured a lot in the episode. Amenadiel goes to speak to Charlotte Richards. Tiny victories, right? Because of Charlotte, he won't hurt anyone ever again. Even though he's hurt a bunch of people, that's it for him. And then a gun is pointed at Amenadiel. Charlotte steps in the way, and Marcus Pierce shoots Charlotte Richards. Lucifer tells Chloe it's clear that she doesn't need him. He figures out that Chloe did choose him. Detective, I am the devil. No, you're not, Chloe says. Not to me. Chloe and Lucifer kiss. Yay! About time. And then Chloe gets a call that she has to take. Amenadiel is holding Charlotte Richards, tells her to hold on as he's going to get help. Why did you jump in front of that? Why did you jump in front of me like that? Please stay with me. Yes, I promise. Charlotte Richards dies in Amenadiel's arms. Amenadiel gets his wings again, and Amenadiel flies with Charlotte to heaven, I'm guessing, or at least her spirit. Chloe and Lucifer arrive at the scene. Dan arrives at the scene, and he hugs Charlotte's lifeless body. Dan is crushed, and Lucifer finds a feather at the scene as the episode ends. So really good episode of Lucifer. Tragic moments in the episode. I already knew this was happening because I Google random things, or I look up random things. So I knew Charlotte Richards was going to die in this episode. I just didn't know how she was going to die. And then I had found out that Pierce killed her. And I was wondering why Marcus Pierce would want to kill Charlotte when sometimes Pierce is looked upon as maybe a good guy, but now things make a little bit more sense. So this episode, I'm going to give it a 9.3 out of 10. It's not perfect to me, but it's pretty damn good. My characters, the episode, everybody had good performances, but specifically Charlotte Richards, obviously, because this, I think, is her last episode, unless she shows up in a cameo at some point. And then, of course, the devil himself, Lucifer, did really good in this episode. So you've heard everything that I have to say. Now it's your turn. If you're a fan of Lucifer and you want to help me out with the YouTube algorithm, please consider Hulk smashing that like button. Share this video with anybody you know. Put this video on any one of your social media platforms. Don't forget to sound off in the comment section about what your thoughts are on this episode of Lucifer. Is there anything that I left out? Join me and Crazy Coffee Man. He's a Lucifer fanatic. He also likes Dexter, Breaking Bad. But he is the man, the myth, the legend. Talk to us about the episode. Don't be afraid. We will answer and respond to all comments. And then last but certainly not least, don't forget to hit that sub button. You are watching the video anyway. Subscribe to the channel, join the team, show your damn support, and be a part of something special. And JDev will return as soon as I find out what it is that you desire.